Today we're going to create mobility for your stiff joints as well as a simple mindfulness tip for your home to be present to the mirror for your soul. Welcome to Yoga with Melissa, real yoga for real people. Today you're only going to need your yoga mat, so let's start by resting back on your backs. You can lie with your legs long or your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Let it fall out of your mouth. And allow yourself to arrive here now, feeling the support of the earth underneath you. Drop into your body, connect with your breathing. In this series, we're focusing on simple mindfulness practices that you can incorporate into your daily life to polish your heart and mind and clean the dirt from your soul. On our mats, we'll reflect on something that we do in our everyday lives. During our practice time, I'm going to give you a contemplation that you can take with you this week into your daily life, a way to be present to ordinary tasks. In our yoga class, we'll be present with our movements. These movements will create a kinesthetic imprint of what we will be meditating on during our day-to-day life. When we live mindfully in our mind, we'll become more calm and content. We'll not be stressed with overthinking. The mindfulness everyday ordinary task, which will bring our attention to this week and every week in this series, is cleaning. Our daily housework is a chance to contemplate our true self and extend our spiritual practice. When we clean, we have an opportunity to cultivate our mind and sweep the dust off our heart. Cleaning doesn't have to be burdensome. It's a spiritual practice to cultivate our heart minds. Now, before our pushers and perfectionists get ahead of ourselves, we're just going to focus on one small thing each week. And this week, we're going to be contemplating our floors, cleaning our floors, polishing our floors. I have a steamer. I love my steamer. So you don't have to get crazy about it, however you like to do it. When we polish our floors, we create a mirror that reflects our soul. Grime that accumulates as a dirty room or dust in the corners of our floors and dirty surroundings also accumulates in our physical body and our minds. Inner turmoil manifests through our surroundings, and untidiness in our surroundings creates unrest in our minds. So it works like a reciprocal relationship. If we have a clean environment, our mind is more at ease. If our mind is more at ease, we create a clean environment. I get so many questions and so much interest from my students about how to calm my mind. So we can have this life hack of clearing our space and keeping our space clean and calm for ourselves. Of course, this is an ongoing process. Just like the leaves keep dropping from the trees in autumn and we have to keep raking them, in the same way, we dedicate ourselves to keeping our homes clean and our minds clean every day. So as soon as we clear the cobwebs of our mind, more are going to begin to form. It's not personal, it's just what our mind does. It thinks. And it's the same in our homes. It's not like we clean it once and it's going to be clean. It's something that we dedicate ourselves to every day. So today we're going to clear that stiffness and gunk from our joints, creating that kinesthetic imprint that will support us in polishing our floors so our soul can really shine this week. So we're going to begin like you are, and you can set some intention about what you want to receive from this class right now. But our first pose is going to be knee to chest pose. So this is going to be actually a fairly small movement. You're going to draw your right knee into your chest, and then you're going to rotate, holding your legs still, you're going to rotate your knee in. So this part's going to move and your leg's going to move with it. And you might want to actually help your leg do that. Then you're going to extend your leg and you're going to rotate the leg out and bend it again. So you're actually moving from the knee joint. It's a very small movement. Rotate in, extend, rotate out, and lower. And just relax your shoulders. Do this with as little effort as possible. And trust me, over about 5 of these, you'll be like, oh, there it goes. It's starting to move. Okay? But it's kind of foreign right now. So feel that, how it's starting to move from the knee joint. Okay, in, extend, external and down, in, and the more you do these, the more you'll start to feel movement in them. Okay, good job. Let's do that with the other leg. So just pause and feel the difference here between the joint on the right knee and the left knee. And all the way through the joints on the right hip bone, the right knee, the right ankle. You'll feel that through that whole chain there. So let's do that on the other side. Draw the left knee in. So same thing, you hold this part, the upper leg really still, and then from the knee joint, this rotates in, it extends, and then it rotates out, and it bends. And at first, it'll sort of feel like it's never going to happen, but then it does. Even though you don't want to move from the ankle, and by about the third one, you'll start to feel, oh yeah, that's happening. Relax your shoulders. Okay, good job. How about we give you something a little easier for the next one? Take your legs out long and put your feet together and circle your ankles. And then you're going to circle them in the other direction. And then you're going to take your arms down by the side of your body. And you're going to inhale, take your left arm all the way overhead. Rotate your arm out and exhale it down and around. Inhale, take your arm all the way overhead. So shoulder joints now. Rotate your arm out and exhale down and around. And then we'll do this on the other side, and I have a shoulder injury on the other side, so I'm going to keep doing it on this one side, and you could do that too if you had a shoulder injury. But you're going to inhale. So we're going to do one side at a time just to really isolate. And notice how you start to feel more space in the joint so that you're getting more mobility, clearing out the gunk, clearing out the cobwebs. Polishing that joint. Okay, good job. Then you're going to bend your knees, roll to your side, and you'll come up onto all fours. Okay, from here, come on to all fours. And on all fours, you might want to double up the padding underneath your knees. And if this bothers you to be on hands and knees, I heard from a student this week that that's a problem. You could do these standing. So just stand up and make the same motion with your hips, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to bring the knee forward. You're going to bring it around to the side as much as you can and back. So you want to move this joint through as much as a range of motion as you can without there being pain. And then we're going to go the other way. This time we're going to go back, around to the side, and down. Keeping your core nice and strong. Okay, and then let's do it on the other side. So first time you're going to bring it forward, around to the side, and back. So this works your core and your glutes too. And then we're going to go the other way. So you're going to come back, around to the side, and down. And just pause there and notice. Notice if the hip joints feel more open and clear, like we cleared out the stiffness and the gunkiness, the sludge. And then we're going to take your hand behind your head. And I'm actually, or on your heart. And you're going to inhale, open, and exhale, come back, close. So you guys are going to do this one. Maybe I'm going to do it sitting up. So here we go. I'm going to give a modification. If you can do this kneeling, you're going to do it kneeling. But as I said, I have a shoulder injury in it right now. I'm doing my best to teach with this injury. So if you can do it kneeling, do it kneeling. You're going to take your hand behind your head. You're going to inhale, open, exhale, rotate. Inhale, open, exhale, rotate. And then you're going to do it on the other side, other arm, okay? Okay, so we'll go to the other side now. You're going to do the right side. I'm going to continue on this side. Okay, and then come back to the center. And that one was for your spine, for your thoracic spine particularly, which is all that part of your spine is connected to your rib cage. So it's harder to move. So it's great to practice moving it. Okay, the next one is going to be lunge pose, which, yeah, my knees are feeling pretty good. You're going to come up and you walk your left leg through. And come up to a kneeling lunge. You can put your hands on your hips. And what we're going to do here, I am going to double up the padding underneath my knee. Okay, what you're going to do here is circle your hips. For your hip joint. And then circle them the other way. So, but notice too, you're also moving your knee joint and your ankle joint when you do this. And then you're going to tuck your back toes under, and you're going to come up, turn your back toes out, and you're going to reach up, and you're going to come into triangle pose. So take your right arm all the way up, and we're going to circle our hips here as well. And then circle the other way. And then you can also, I'm going to show you on the other side. You can also hold on to your elbow and circle here for your shoulder. And circle the other way. Okay, so let's come down and we'll switch sides. So this time we'll walk our right leg through. Oh, there's a raven that's talking to us. So we're going to circle our hips. And then circle the other way. And then you're going to curl your back toes under and come up into triangle pose, straightening your front leg and extending your left arm up. And then we're going to do that moving of your hips again here. And the other way. And then hold on to the elbow and circle again. And the other way. And then we're going to come all the way up to standing. Okay. From standing, we're going to work on some wrist mobility. So you're going to stand in Tadasana, feet hip width apart, and just pause here for a moment and feel your hip bones and your knees and your ankles. And then you're going to hold on to your forearm, and that's going to stay still. You're going to keep your hands nice and spread. You're going to take it down, around, and up. So you want to make your circles as big as you can without any pain. And you want to keep your forearms still. And then you go the other way. And then we'll do it with fists. So we'll go down, around, and up. It feels quite different with fists. And other way. We'll have to call this the Raven soundtrack. Okay, and then just pause there for a moment and feel the difference between your two wrists. And so we're focusing on how, when we clear the joint, how it, just notice how it clears your head too and clears the space for your soul to shine. Okay, and then we'll do this on the other side. So keep your hand, you're holding your forearm still in mountain pose, and you're keeping your, I think the raven wants to teach this class. You're keeping your forearm still. You're going to reach your hand down with its fingers nice and spread around and up. So it's just like that. And then other way. Okay, and then we'll do it with fists. So fists and down, around, and back. So one more here. And then we'll go the other way. I'm finding this side so much more challenging. Okay, so release that. Feel your wrists. And then we're going to do our ankles. So for your ankles, you're going to have to spend just a little bit of time preparing your mat. So you'll just have to roll up your mat. There are mosquitoes here, and they're actually literally, sorry guys, they are actually biting my ankles. So you're going to roll up your mat. Okay, and then you can put your mat down. And you're going to, they're biting, they're biting you too, huh, Tim? Yeah. Okay, you're going to take a step back with your left foot. And your right toes are going to be on the mat. And you're going to come into warrior one pose. So at home, take a nice long stance. I'm having a little bit of trouble on this surface. But you're going to, and then take your arms up in the air. You're going to inhale, you're going to exhale, you're going to bend forward. Inhale, reach back. And we should be working a little bit of the flexibility of the ankle here. If you have one of those half rolls at home, you could use that. There's literally like 3 on that one leg right now. Okay, and then turn your toes in, same thing. And then out. Okay, and then we'll switch. So switch feet. So take the other foot forward up on the roll. The other leg back, hips face front, and then you're going to exhale, come forward. You want to feel it like right up in the Achilles. And then turn your toes in. And out. Great. And then go ahead and release that, and you're going to lengthen your mat out again. Sit down on your mat. You may want to sit up on a folded blanket just to elevate your hips a little bit. Extend your leg out. We're going to do that same thing with your knee. So you're going to rotate in, rotate out, rotate in, rotate out, rotate in, rotate out. Let's try that on the other side. Rotate in, rotate out, rotate in, rotate out, rotate in. Really?
Yeah. They've got 2 holes on the left.
Rotate in, rotate out, rotate in, rotate out. You know what, that one was much better with the bent knee position. I'm really having a tough time getting it with that one. It's much easier to do it. See, there. Let's do it again with a bent knee. See, bent knee. And bent knee. See? Now it's moving. Okay, good job. You're going to lie down and take Shavasana now. Okay, and in Shavasana, when you lie down, just check in and notice how you're feeling through all the joints of your body, your ankles, your knees, your hips, your spine, your wrists, your shoulders. And then we did all of that to polish our mind. And remember that your mindfulness task this week is to polish your floors. You don't literally have to get down and polish your floors. If you've got one of those steamers like I have, then you can do that. It's really fun to have your floors nice and clean. So I have a poem for you in Shavasana. It's called Hardwood Floors by Warren Gossett. Hardwood floors. It's the smell of 100-year-old hardwood floors in this old school I recognize most. Floors grown thick and corpulent with untold layers of pine-scented oil. Floors darkened smooth by the trample of children herded, then corralled in dank stables down those long corridors. I also remember the confinement I felt, pinned within those stables, wanting nothing more than to run free, with the wind of youth combing my untamed hair. Hardwood floors. It's the smell of 100-year-old hardwood floors in this old school I recognize most. Floors grown thick and corpulent with untold layers of pine-scented oil. Floors darkened smooth by the trample of children herded, then corralled in dank stables down those long corridors. I also remember the confinement I felt, pinned within those stables, wanting nothing more than to run free, with the wind of youth combing my untamed hair. So gradually allow your breath to deepen. If you want to stay in Shavasana longer, you can. I just have to spare Tim and I from being carried away by mosquitoes here. You can wiggle your fingers and toes. You can stretch out. You can roll to your side. Slowly make your way up to seated. We're going to gather the fruits of our practice first into ourselves and then offer them out into the world. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to the happiness and freedom for all. So thank you so much for subscribing, for giving this video a thumbs up, and I polished my joints today. If you'd like my favorite props and how to use them with videos that I haven't put anywhere else on the web, you have to sign up for it. Go to melissawest.com/props. I want to thank Anise and Gabriella for your donations this past week. May your joy be as deep as the Pacific Ocean. May you be as strong as the old growth trees rooted as the old growth trees in our forest and as strong as our mountains. Om Shanti, Namaste.